Hello everyone and welcome back here to the DreamHack Valencia official English stream. My name is Risk and we're about to go and see the first map here in the grand final between VeryGames and NIP. And I do have the maps here in front of me. The first map is going to be DE Nuke. Of course, VeryGames' map. Then it's going to be Train, which is Nip's map. And then it's going to be the third, maybe the cider map on Inferno. And Jimmy, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Lovely. And as I'm actually checking if Jimmy's here, we're actually going to go straight live with the knife round. So let's get in-game and commentate on the best thing that CS have ever produced, the knife round. Always awesome to follow.
Yeah, not going to disagree there. I do want to point out one thing real quick. For those of you not familiar with DE Nuke VE, there's a lot of new Counter-Strike Global Offensive fans coming in. This map was heavily modified by a very famous Counter-Strike player by the name of Volcano. Hopefully you guys are familiar with him. Yeah. And, you know, after casting SWC and talking with some of the top teams here in North America, it's been some very impressive changes. And so far, it seems like all the pros are liking it. Yeah, I actually really like it. I've been playing a couple of galas on it myself. Really a great map here. Also doing a lot of work to the balance of DE Nuke, especially when you come from CS Source, where Nuke was heavily CT biased. So, we're going to go live now here in the first map, of course. VeryGames starting out as terrorist. The tweets from Nip starting out as counter-terrorist. And Jimmy, take us away with all the analysis of the pistol round. We'll take a look at how it plays. I mean, there's been a lot of variation so far coming into these pistol rounds here on DE Nuke. A lot of teams still trying to figure out the best positions to play here. As I jump around the map, it looks like they're trying to fake a really quick intertake. Similar to what you see in the older Counter-Strikes. They want to bait out these nades as much as possible. Looks like they will enter straight in the site after a short delay. A lot of action happening here. Exist in Freiburg, 2 frags there, and almost instantly traded right back. And suddenly we are now down to a 1 versus 3. Last man standing will be Nathan. He will be taken down, and that will be the first round. Really quick take there. Basically, the whole goal behind that initial strat was to get the smoke out so they weren't really too sure when to throw their grenades and flashes, and hopefully they would waste those. However, it just so happened to work out that they held those back and were able to hold there.
Yeah, a really nice hold by NIP there, I have to say. 2 awesome frags coming in from Freiburg. And Freiburg, one of the guys that comes from CS Source, so all the 1.6 guys, not really familiar with him, but he's actually a very, very talented player. So is Flaren. But let's see now, P90s coming up for the CTs, and that is a weapon we have been discussing a lot in the chat during this tournament. I'm not really sure if they're using the nerf thing, where it's actually only rewarded with $300 or $450, but usually it actually gives $900 per kill, which is a bit OP in my taste.
And just take a look around the map here. It looks like you already do have Smiths here from VG down and lower towards the back of Vince, and already up outside rafters here for Kenny for VG, and Exist able to take down Nathan there. Kind of a strange round here for VG to spread out all over the map, trying to make something happen here. Forced onto Kenny, and wow, very quick round. They've made it very, very far to a lot of different parts of the map. They're not sure what the direction was, really. Were you able to kind of follow what was going on there?
Yeah, actually, they used this strat early on in the tournament when they played their semi-final against Kick Esports, I believe it was. Or I'm actually sure, no, it wasn't Kick Esports. But in their semi-final, they actually used this strat on DE Nuke, and they won the anti-eco, where they were only on pistols against P90s and such. So it worked against, let's say, lesser teams than NIP. But right now, not really the same. Pretty much just stomping the life out of VeryGames there from Nip.
Yeah, for sure. Let's take a look around. Quick frag there from Get Right. Zis dropped from top of Mini there.
Nexus will get 1 frag there onto NBK. And let's see if we can follow Get Right, get yet another one actually going for the 3rd one, but the Smiths comes in with the P250, will get 1 frag before dying to a NIP player, and 3 frags from Get Right this round. A huge play by him here, but of course it was only an eco round for the French side, but now we do have a buy round on our hands. It will be AKs for the terrorists, and actually I don't think we have any AWPs, only AKs for the terrorists this one.
Yep, and we will be moving into the first buy round here, and I saw a couple questions there, people saying, why P90? Why P90? Well, it's a very effective weapon here. It's basically like an M4 on these anti-ecos, and even on the save rounds, they don't have head armor. So you'll be seeing a lot of that as these CSGO tournaments start to progress.
Really nice push here from NIP, pushing into the lobby, getting 2 frags. Existence will answer back, though. Let's see if we can find one of these guys in the lobby. I'm kind of looking for Existence. He's right here, as you can see, with that Galil. looks a bit different from 1.6 and Source. Now it's black instead of being that usual beige type of color. The bomb is now down, and we are looking at a 3 against 4 situation. NIP being 1 man up, and Kenny S will even that out. So he was downstairs taking out Freiburg. It is now a 3v3. The bomb is still not picked up by the terrorists.
I want to point out here that NIP is pretty well spread out right now. A pick from VG would change it, and there it is right there. Flip going to fall inside of ramp room. Get right, still outside. Inside of big garage. Existence still back in lobby, so VG's not looking too bad coming into this. It's down to a 2 versus 2, and NIP can get picked off here and spread apart, and there it is. Kenny able to take him down. It's now down to Get Right to save this round and make this a 4-0. Kenny still hanging out here in radio room, and Smith in the back of lobby. See what's happening here. Get Right's going to pick up good position here on inside, trying to hold the angle, able to take down the first. Can he get the second? And he will be able to. Ladies and gentlemen, the score 4-0. That was such an important round for VG.
That was really a nice hold there from Get Right. Knew exactly what he had to do, using the new structures on that inner bomb side to his advantage, just hiding behind that container and then able to take out both VeryGames players with that M4 spray and 4-0, as you said, Winston Hunt. Wow. And also 10k viewers, just to check it. I do not any longer owe beers to people in Sweden.
And let's jump back into the game here, take a look at what they're doing in the beginning of this round. It looks like VG is once again on a save round, of course, after losing that last round, and a very quick cleanup. Wow, great control from Exist there, actually. He sprayed that entire clip, was able to hit, I'd say, 90% of those, and Existence will be taken down, cleaned up easily right outside of Mini. And suddenly, here we are, man. We're at 5-0.
5-0, and I've seen a lot of discussions on all the forums, like who's going to be strongest. This is actually the first challenge where we do see one of the best Counter-Strike Source teams against one of the best mixed teams, actually, because we do have 2 Source players and 2 1.6 players coming in here to this new Counter-Strike game that hopefully...
and I love that. That is what I love about this game right now,
yeah,
man. I mean, this has been happening. I've been around CS 13 years. It's always been Source versus 1.6, and here we are mixing it up and seeing some great Counter-Strike action.
And that's the magic of it. We do have some great Source players, some great 1.6 players working together in a symbiotic combination of awesomeness. And yeah, 5-0 right now. It is only going great for them.
And looks like they're going to try to work an outside inner split or ramp split here. Nathan's going to be hanging back and waiting for the rotate, try to get that call off. This is kind of a default strat they're running right now. Otherwise, they wouldn't spread that far across the map. As you can see, they do have a 2-3 working right now. And it looks like they want to work around towards the back of ladder. It's going to be fairly difficult here. We'll see how it works out. Get Right's actually fallen all the way back. So they may be able to pick him off, but he's holding a great angle there. Existence actually already all the way down lower there. And go ahead and take it away here. Let us know what's happening.
Let's see here if Flaren comes and get the first headshot onto Kenny S. There is another T around there, but Smith with only 2 HP will take the head off Flaren. Existence with that AK in hand. RPK also with a frag. And it's going to be 3 against 2. Freiburg with 1. Let's see if we can find some of that CT action. Get Right coming in here with that M4 all the way around. Freiburg on the ramp. The bomb is down, though, in front of Freiburg. So he's probably the one to watch for all the action, but he has to look behind him.
Yep, and looks like Existence going to be working its way around, able to find Freiburg there. And it's now down to Get Right once again. And ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't think of a better person to be in this situation right here. A legend here in the Counter-Strike scene. 1 versus 2, hiding out in window. Will he be able to pick at least one off where that bomb goes down? He's able to hear that bomb. And he will not be able to finish it off. Smith swinging out just in time. I want to point out, actually, I know there's a lot of people that have seen my streams in the past of the cast. If anybody remembers the picture that we had someone tweet to us in the middle of IEM, it was a picture of a guy in prison picking up a bar of soap with someone behind him and an arrow that said, it was pointing to Get Right, and it said Get Right is always behind you. I mean, it's a fact. Get Right magically ends up behind people, and I love to see the fact that it's still happening here in CSGO.
Yeah, so 5-1 is going to be the score. VeryGames getting their first round, and a lot of smokes being popped right now, almost at all entrances towards this inner bomb site. So we will be expecting a push now. Let's see if we can find the CTs inside. We have Flaren here coming up with the vent. 1 frag coming in from Smiths. Let's see if we can find Freiburg. Freiburg also going down to NBK. Flaren coming out of the vents now. The bomb is on the bomb site. Only 1 terrorist remaining. It is NBK. And he will go down to the M4 of Forest. 6-1 for Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Yeah, that was a little crazy there. That was a really fast take. And already what I'm starting to see here as a trend is NIP prefers to be... attempts... let's try this again. I'm losing my mind. It's 5 a.m. here in America. Okay, NiP prefers a team to be fast. It's very, very hard to keep up with their pace as a CT-sided team. They will throw in these random pushes, and they will hold these very fast inside takes. I'd like to see, possibly, right now, VG hold it back a little bit on their next gun round, but we'll see what happens. They know much better than I do.
Yeah, let's see here. Actually, GetRight getting into a really aggressive position. This is something I loved to do when I was playing CS back in the day, getting really aggressive on that outside area and therefore being able to push in, but he has to watch out for that. Actually, he saw just the top of his head on the top of that container. Look at GetRight now. He's coming in behind in lobby. Can he take out these terrorists? Oh, look at this. Oh, sneaky GetRight. And as you said, GetRight always comes in from behind. He actually does it once again, but will be picked off by RBK and that P250. The new gun, people seem to use it a lot, exactly, especially if you're flaring. Really, really likes that gun. It is the USP of CSGO, someone said. But yeah, that's pretty fitting. It is pretty awesome. It's going to be a 3 versus 2 now.
Yeah, 3 versus 2, Smith and RPK, both going to be working outside right now. Now, this is something that's thrown players for a loop right now, is this outside entrance to lower. A lot of players, once again, trying to figure out exactly when and how to use it. And there it is right there. Flip able to take down Smith. It is now down to a 1 versus 3. RPK last man standing. The bomb is near, so this is not exactly a unwinnable situation. He does have it in hand. He's able to take down Exist. It's a great way to start it off, but he has 2 more to go. This is a long road here because they are both in great position to pick this up. The bomb will go down here. Unless Fliff lands the magical grenade. He did hear the Vince, but I don't know how much it's going to matter. Forrest is now going to be coming up directly behind him. He's going to be having to deal with 2 members of Ninjas in Pyjamas, and there it is. Forrest able to take him down, increasing their lead 7-1. And I mean, I don't know, coming into this, I don't know if I already expected it to be 7-1. I mean, don't get me wrong, NiP, incredible team. But this early on, 7-1? What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm kind of a bit surprised because VeryGames have been a really solid ST here on the nuke. And, well, in sources, this will not be an unnormal scoreline, 7-1, even though you did have 2 great teams because the CT side was so biased. But in CSGO, it's kind of looking like NiP really taking the upper hand right now. VeryGames not looking as strong as they did earlier today. So, yeah, I'm kind of surprised.
I want to point this out. I mean, of course, this is a still CT-sided map to a point. And even if we're still talking about the CS 1.6 or CSS version, where it's heavily CT-sided, this is still a convincing lead by NiP. And not just because of the rounds, but because of the way the rounds have been going. Exactly. There have been 2 1 versus 2s, 1 by NiP. And as we say that, Kenny able to take down Freiberg. Let's see if they're able to get back in this. Take it away.
So yeah, Kenny, of course, with the bomb. Oh, you will actually go and meet the AK of Forrest straight to the face. Smith's answering back. Let's see if we can catch this Frenchman here. He does need to pick that bomb up. Will there be a CT running in here? He is actually in the vents right now, so it is a 2 versus 2. One of the NiP players really low on HP, but a huge headshot coming in from GetRight. Will he get the second one? No existence with that. Now it's a 1 versus 1. Steel Series, Exist, NIP, all the names in one, only with 8 HP, so it's going to be really hard for him to clutch.
All right, now I did notice there for a second Exist had the thought that he could be headed upper right now. Yeah. And it looks like that's the case. He's just trying to get a feel. Existence really doesn't have too much to go off of right now, other than his last known position. And by now in CS, it could have changed, especially on Nuke, with all these new entrances and different ways to go. Exist has heard him down lower here, and he's going to attempt to get the bomb down. And because of the fact you can hear this bomb from so far away, he should be able to take him down, and that's what I was waiting for there. And here we are, 8-1.
Yeah, 8 HP, actually able to win that 1 versus 1 because of the sound of the bomb, which is, of course, you're familiar with if you played CS before. That's the thing that gives you away, planting that bomb. But 8-1 for Ninjas in Pyjamas, and I guess they're cheering in Sweden right now. Jesus Christ, what a lead.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to take a look at the money here for a second. Of course, you did notice some P250s coming out here for VG. We'll see how they play this out. We've been seeing a lot of splits from them on these save rounds. Of course, the P250 is a huge, crazy, awesome pistol right now. That's what everybody's choice has been over the Deagle and USP and Glock on pistol rounds. I mean, it is so powerful. Anything can happen at this point. But the way VG's been playing these save rounds is to split outside and try to get around 2 outside rafters. But right now, it looks like it's kind of fallen apart just a little bit. Of course, once again, long range. It doesn't matter what pistol you have. That M4 is going to work a lot better. Existence using that nade trick actually there. You can nade through the other side of his smoke, and you will be able to see through that. That's a temporary thing. I don't know. But currently, that's the way it works.
Yeah, that's the way it works. The nade trick is being used a lot, actually, also for using the orb outside. You can throw a smoke down and then a grenade. If you're expecting an outside push, you'll be able to see the shadows of the terrorist players. But there it goes. They use it. They get the win in this eco round from VeryGames. And Let's see here if we can find a VeryGames place. Yes, of course they are. With AKs, as the money system tells us. Actually, a bit money to spare here for Smiths, but not as much as the NIP players, of course. They are rich right now.
Yeah, and Exist is already pushed into Hut here, and he had a very short window there to pick off 2 members of VG. They have backed away and were able to cause some damage as he falls back into the bomb site, trying to pick up a little more defensive positions. NIP kind of just staying in their groove right now. They're not trying anything too fancy. It's working for them, why change it? And it's good to see. Sometimes you see teams at this point being afraid of being countered and really changing it up, but it has worked for them so many rounds in a row. And take a look at VG, already down lower here. Existence working his way around the side of the bomb site.
Oh, wow. Kenny is already in windows. He sees the CT on the back of the bomb site, and that's some very useful information. He will get the grenade down, so the CT down there probably low on HP. Let's see, Kenny will get the headshot onto 5th Laren. And now the bomb is not going to get planted just yet. Goes for the frag, and maybe that was the wrong choice. Freiburg surviving with 12 points of health. Smith's coming in with 1 though. So let's see if we can find any VeryGames players. We do have RPK here, the beast from Counter-Strike Source. Can he pull out... oh, wow, okay, that's a great nade, actually, from NIP. Can he pull out the amazing headshot he needs to pull out now? There it is. Wow. Double frag. And only 1 player remaining. It is Freiburg with 12 HP. It's going to be hard to do anything. And VeryGames will win that round, surviving with 3 other players, which will mean 3 AKs. They will not have to buy once more.
Yep, for sure. We are 9-2 now. And as we were talking earlier about the decisive rounds that have been won by NIP, this is an opportunity for VG to come back. Now, they're going to put themselves in a little bit of an economical disaster if they actually win this round out. It's still going to be hard for them to buy. NIP's doing fairly well right now. Actually, take that back. Holy crap. Right now, get right, 1750, but Existence able to take down Freiburg there.
Oh, double frag coming in for VeryGames here. Smith's only on 10 HP on the bomb site, nading him into the Crows area. Oh, he comes in with yet another one. Is Smith's doing a great amount of work before dying. Now, it is a 2 versus 2. NBK's on the bomb site with the bomb. He does have a teammate alive. This Kenny is in a great position to take out rotating CTs from the vents, but Forrest will come in, take the head off Kenny S, and now this situation is currently in favor of NIP, 2 against 1, but can NBK throw out some magic French dust at us? Let's see here.
Yeah, Flipp's going to have to hang out for a bit. I mean, he can't currently engage until he hears that bomb goes down, but he's going to wait. He's still going to wait it out. He's going to wait for Force to come around a ladder, and they're going to try to hit from 2 angles. The obvious decision here would be to hit at the same time. It looks like that's what they're going to try to do. Forrest able to spot him. He is taken down, working his way back towards Vince. Can he get the second shot here to keep them alive here in this game? Scored now 9-2, and Flip able to take him down through the smoke. And nice there it is. And that's going to be 10-2.
Yeah, and I'd like to point out that flash he threw from the ladder was actually the same one as I did in the pistol round, and it seems to be working really well because all the terrorists like to be planning on the back of those containers on that inner bomb site, and that flash hits them every time. So if you're 2 against 1, that flash just mainly saves the round. It didn't in that situation, but it did in the pistol round.
Yeah, for sure. The only thing I could ask for right now is an overlay here. If you're listening, Valve, we would love an overlay, but back to the action here. Bomb's going to be headed towards the inner right now. Let's see how this is going to work out. RPK now going to be coming out squeaky straight out. Not even a single A going to be coming out of Hut, and he's going straight in for the trade. He is able to take down 1 member of NIP, and we're already down to a 2 versus 3. Really quick exchanges here. Forrest coming up ladder, able to take down Kenny's. And able to finish it off. Forrest he does not ever afraid. I mean, what we just saw there was he just completely ran up and punched 2 people in the face. And what I mean by that is most players, as they come up rafters into that sort of situation where you don't have exact positions, they like to wait it out. Forrest just literally ran up and held the trigger, able to take down 2 there. Yeah,
and another thing I'd like to point out, actually, Spectator GUI is pretty damn awesome, but it is, of course, the bug that causes player to crash. That's the reason why we're not using it. If you have been following the stream, I've been explaining it. Oh, fail nade from Forrest. But yeah,
the physics are a little goofy.
Yeah, but as Winston Hunt just said, yes, well, we need a fix for that one. That Spectator GUI is so damn good, and I would like to see it in all the future streams.
Yeah, and we're already down to a 4 versus 5 here, falling in favor of VG. And Forrest, the equalizer here, taking down Smith, still hanging out below rafters. So they have their bases covered fairly well. They're keeping their forces divvied out very, very well here. And what a great play. That is not what I expected. But Exist also going to be on top of the ladder. And RPK almost got that frag.
Yeah, double frag coming in there from Exist. I was quite surprised to see NBK taking out one of the CTs with his Glock against an M4. That's not something you see every day in a long range or up and down range scenario as we saw here. Exist, though, will pick up a weapon on his own, and he does have that bomb on him, so it's a 2v2. And the Terrorists do have a chance of taking this round as well.
Yeah, Existence still here in Rafters, able to spot one, and this is a really annoying angle for NIP right now. If he can keep himself up there, he will be able to spot both Hut and Vince from great angles, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hold it because they're going to be hearing this outside take right now from Mini. Flash is going to be coming in through the crack, and it looks like they will try to execute into the bomb site, but not able to find the bomber. It's down, still a 2 versus 2.
Oh, and there it comes. Oh, actually, Existence missed a shot in the main gate. Oh, Freiburg will come in with a double frag. The penetration there with the last kill onto Existence. And 12-2 for the Swedes. Jesus Christ, they are good.
You know, actually, earlier on, when we were talking about the score, suddenly the chat explodes in all different languages, but numbers are universal, and I kept seeing 12-3 pop up over and over and over.
And
so this is the Illuminati.
Yeah, the same numbers just keep appearing all over the chat.
Telling you, it's a sign.
It's a sign, man. 2012.
Yep. That's exactly what it is, but back into the action here. A lot of smokes and flashes coming in from outside from Team VeryGames. See if we can get back in here. And, yeah, working their way around Mini right now, just trying to keep it as fast as they possibly can without jeopardizing. By jeopardizing, I mean a lot of teams will stick shoulder to shoulder, but that's not always the best idea at a lot of these angles. Nathan able to take down Forrest there, so that's a 4 versus 5 now.
Oh, nice frag there. Coming in from NBK. Will take the third one. No, Exist comes in with that AK frag. And all the Terrorists actually on the downstairs bomb site. Kenyes will plant the bomb. It's going to be a 4 against 3 post-plant scenario. RPK coming in with 1 also. So 2 CTs remaining. But it's not just any CT. It is actually Exist.
It's Exist.
So, yeah.
This man is a damn legend, and it looks like he's going to try to take this bomb site without... I almost dropped a bomb that I shouldn't have. Okay, so I'll leave that alone. 12-3 will be your final score here for the first half.
So, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. 12-3, and some people in the chat, I don't know if they can see into the future or something, but they actually guessed it. So, congratulations to you guys. You win a free internet hat. Maybe we need hats and go to be like...
Here, let me see if I can actually give that to them real quick. How did I used to do this? Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, I need to figure out my hat.
So, hat coming on here, but now it is a pistol round, and we do see once again P250s coming in for the CTs. Now, I'm going to focus a bit on VeryGames because they are the underdogs right now. They are behind with a lot of rounds, so let's see if they can take it. They are stacking on the ramp. Where are the Terrorists actually going? Looks like they are also awaiting something from the counter-terrorists, so it's going to be a bit of a waiting game right now. Exist here in a nice position if someone was to bust through the ramp, but exactly that is not going to happen. They are all waiting for each other.
Yeah, there's not really much happening here, and as you see, get right outside spamming through Raptors.
Yeah, Nathan will take some damage. Here he is, 48 points of health. Where will the Terrorists be going? We do have Forrest.
Not a lot to speak about right now.
No,
I mean, they're just
really
waiting it out. I mean, this is an entire goal of this is to make sure that Nip can get the pick. And of course, on the other side of it, VG doesn't want to move because once they lose that first CT, it becomes that much harder. And the 3-man push into ramp room Exist able to take down 2 and Freiburg onto another that is a 2 versus 5. And that's exactly why VG didn't want to move. They had no idea what was awaiting them here in the ramp hall. And finally, an answer from VG. Get right, doing a ton of damage. Flip with the nade, finishing him off there. And it's a 1 versus 4. An Existence in a lot of trouble here.
He's in a good position though, but he's not able to pick it up because that P250 from Freiburg is just a bit too strong, as they like to say. So 13-3 for NIP here on the first map. And I have to point out, this is actually the map that VG chose as their map. And NIP are now in the lead 13-3 on it.
13-3, very early on. I mean, of course, this is a best of 3, so if you are new to Counter-Strike or returning to Counter-Strike, don't forget, guys, we don't just give you one map. We want to make sure that the results are definitive, and this will go to a best of 3 here. Still early on here in the round, and of course, will be a save round for Team VeryGames, and looks like Nathan trying to go in for that push to get some sort of idea of what awaits them inside of lobby. maybe trying to get an early stat going, but they haven't heard anything yet, so they really can't rotate. They don't want to risk it. Looks like they're not going to go with the traditional gamble of these anti-ecos, and they're just going to hang back and hope they can catch them off guard.
Yeah, let's see. It looks like they are advancing to the ramp now. Smith's trying to fire some bullets away, but the P90s off NIP just too strong. Kenny S will pick up one before returning to his safe spot here above the ladder here. Oh, will he actually get the second one? Looking for it with that P250, but not really getting it. Smith's also getting into a good position. And there goes Kenny S down. 1 versus 4. Smith's not able to do anything. P9 is too strong, and it's going to be 14-3 for NIP here.
Yeah, just a couple rounds remaining, and as you look around here at Team VG, you will see a FAMAS. Let's see what other weapons we have here. Looks like it's going to just buy out, of course, what they can. This is for the win. They have a very long road ahead of them. We've seen crazier things happen in both Source and 1.6, but man, this is rough.
Yeah, they have a lot of money to spare, though, VeryGames, so... this is for the win. They need to get this one and then get the next one as well. But FAMAS are the weapon of choice right now, and I really like the FAMAS and Go, so that's not a bad choice, in my opinion.
No, not at all. Existence will take down Flip there, so it's a great start to the round, and I can't talk. RBK on to Exist.
But the bomb is planning out inside Forest here. Let's see if we can find his perspective, see if he rolls out some movie frags. The bomb is planted, so the CTs have to come in. Smoke coming in here onto the bomb side. Maybe that's a sign of the CTs wanting to get in. No frags from Forest this time. Freiberg with the P90 also taking out. And Smith's jumping in here straight into the bomb site and defusing that bomb. And great round by VeryGames. Coming in there with the flying retake onto the bomb side. And only losing 1 man in the process.
Yeah, and that was a great round by them. They were able to really hold it out, and some great communication and teamwork is what ultimately got them that round. It's 14-4 now, and that's what they needed. And, you hear commentators say that a lot, but, I mean, what other situation can you think of right now, other than right now, where you really needed a round? I mean, You're down right now 10 rounds in the finals. Valencia, I mean, come on.
Yeah, there's no right. This could be the brink of the first awesome comeback in CSGO history, so... all you guys on the stream, you're actually lucky if this happens. You'll be one of the first to see it. Let's see here. 2 terrorists actually making their way through the vents right now. I think it is. I saw on my minimap.
Wow, what a fast take there. They went straight down. Yeah,
that's an old CS Source tactic called vent dive, where you just push 2 man into the vents, and then you get the control over the lower bomb site. But double flag coming in for VeryGames on the ramp. Let's see if Exist here coming in with the frag, and totally surprising Smiths there. There is 1 more CT on that ramp area, but he's not going to just jump straight into the aim of his enemy. RPK picking up Forest now, trying to wall spam here, Existence, but not really working out. Exist with a second one. And that position from that lower bomb site really helped him out this round. That vent dive really proved to be successful.
Yeah, and we are now down to Exist as the last man standing here for NIP. And of course, not any huge amount of danger right now. You want to end this as quickly as you possibly can. It becomes very tasking when you're in a tournament of this size and this many people to come back, to start having a team come back on you. And that is not the emotional situation you want to be in. So they want to find a way to start winning. I mean, obviously they have plenty of room to work with.
Yeah.
But, I'm not trying to, I don't know, push anything onto this game, because God knows that is a bad situation to be in when you're up this many rounds. You're 2 rounds away from taking the first map in the series, and all of a sudden 1 round turns into 3, 3 rounds turn into 5, and suddenly we're at a tie game.
Yeah, and that's for the spectators. I'm actually hoping for a tie game, because that's what we like to see. We like to see some great showing of some Counter-Strike talent, and it looks like the terrorists will be in the lobby right now. Flashes coming in here. Let's see if VeryGames can hold this one. Forrest coming in with the P250. Freiberg coming in from outside. Double frag coming in from VeryGames. Triple frag, make that. Freiberg now coming in to the main gate. 1 versus 3, and he will not succeed in anything. It's going to be 6-14.
All right, 6-14 now is the score. I'm going to take a look over the money here, and it looks like NIP was able to fully buy, so that'll be a big plus coming into this round. And of course, as you just mentioned, we do want to see as long a games as possible, but NIP right now wants to see a short game. They want to shut them down right now. Right now, VG doing a very good job of throwing a mix into things. They're not playing too traditionally. You'll see a couple random pushes there, and some really great bait, I guess is the best way to put it, kind of bait tactics. They'll play one very far back, and we'll wait until at least 1 member goes down to peek out, and that can really throw seasoned teams like NIP for a loop.
Yeah, the bomb is now dropped on actually the back of the lobby, so the NIP players will be looking to get one entry frag at least somewhere. Let's see if Exist will be the man to open up. Right now, he's jumping out of the window, getting the position, looking for the guy in Crows. Nate's coming up, but not really getting any kills yet. They are in control of this inner bomb side now, so maybe we will see a plant anytime soon. The bomb is still on the back of a terrorist, not really coming in here. Kenny S, let's see if I can find him. He does have an orb. Oh, he's actually in the main gate with an orb. Misses 2 shots there. Exist with 1. Let's see here. Kenny S, can he work the magic? It is a 2v3 scenario, so let's switch it over to Forrest.
Wow, let's talk about this for a bit. I mean, Forrest down to 11 HP and Get Right down to 3. Get Right's going to try to make something happen here, but he's not in the best position to make that happen. I mean, with this low of HP, checking every corner is your only option to survive, and Smith able to find him inside of Hut and spam him down, and that will end the round as Forrest falls. 7-14 is now the score.
Yeah, and this is actually quite a good start for VeryGames to this half. They are in the lead 4-2, and they are looking to expand that lead to get onto the numbers that we're currently seeing NIP on, which is 14 rounds. Of course, for all you new guys tuning into the chat, looking at this and saying, hey, what are the rules for this game? You, of course, need to get 15 rounds per half. So we already had one half, 12-3, and then you need 16 rounds overall to win. So NIP 2 rounds away from winning.
And here we are back into the action. It's a 2 versus 4. Freiburg able to somehow magically make it across ramp room without too much opposition. He is finally punished for it. I was sitting here going, wow, that really just happened. VG let him run all the way across, but he was taken down. 8-14 now, and just as I said before, suddenly 1 round can turn into 5, and, you know, NIP, once again, really got to be careful here.
Yeah, that's the magic of Counter-Strike. Suddenly, everything can just spiral out of control. That's why we have to watch
that's a fact, and that's what's so great about this game is if a team can really pull it together and be intelligent enough and strong enough and really just play like they know how to play at this level of Counter-Strike, anything can happen, and that means coming back from a 12-3. There we go, Nathan able to take down Flip. That's actually a really, really great push inside. They're going to get the bomb down without any opposition at all, actually, from VeryGames. And this is surprising me a bit. This looks like old vitriolic tactics from back in the day in 2009, if you're a Source fan. But right now, frags coming in from both sides. It is a 2v2 scenario here. NIP Freiburg will shoot through the vent. There's only 1 player remaining. For VeryGames, it is Nathan. Will he take the first one? The second one is in the vents. He has to defuse the bomb as well. Throwing the flash in there. Oh, and he came back off of the bomb. That could have been a great fake there after throwing the flash, but now he's forced to contend the vents, and he will be taken down. And that will be a round, a very important round there for NIP, bringing it 8-15. Big celebration there, I guarantee you, for NIP. I mean, that was a very hard-fought round if you think about how many rounds it took for them to finally trade and be at 8-15.
Yeah, I really like that play from Freiburg. I have to say he is a truly great player. Many people don't know him, but that guy is pretty good at the game, and you can see that right there, the correct decision-making, staying in the vent, not jumping. And let's see now Freiburg here, moving on to the ramp area, but not really going to get any kills. And once more, you do see the door, the holes in the door. That's actually something there is in CSGO. You can do damage to the door. You can actually explode it all the way. Kenny S will open up with 1 exploding kill, though. And that was, of course, outside. There's actually 1 more T outside. NBK with 1 frag also. So it's going to be a 5 versus 3 scenario if Kenny S can get this one as well, but he won't. Oh, my. Smith, though, replaying with another orb frag onto Freiburg, and 3 versus 2.
Yep, and of course that's going to fall into favor of Team VeryGames, but the T side right now, this is actually really strange about Counter-Strike, is what I love, is that it can fall to the T's here. Exist will fall to Nathan there, and it's a 1 versus 3, but anytime there's less than 5 remaining, it's really hard to cover all angles, and it makes it very easy for the T's to slip around. Flip is now in that position, a 1 versus 2. Will he be able to pull this off? Ladies and gentlemen, Nate going to be coming out from inside of Squeaky. Bomb is currently down right there by the Hut in Squeaky, so the angles are covered very, very well. Existence going to be watching towards Hut, and Smith towards Squeaky. So let's see how this actually works out. Flip working his way in, able to spot the bomb there, and able to take down Exist, but Smith says not today. keeping VeryGames alive in this series 9-15.
Yeah, I really like to point out how hard that situation actually was for the terrorist player from Nip. The bomb was outside of the door. He was on a very low amount of HP, but nonetheless, he actually managed to get one kill, which I think is really impressive play, but of course not enough to win the round. So as you said, Jimmy, 9-15. Match point, of course. So NIP needed one more round to win this map. VG needs to step their game up and take it back.
All right, I like this play from Smith here. We haven't seen too much of this just yet. He will be peeking towards ramp room with the op, and it's a strange angle to be peeking, and he is about to be punished for it, possibly. Such a hard angle to hold from back here at what we used to call a Medi box for those 1.6 fans. He is able to hold it magically. Nip could have punished him very, very hard for holding that angle that he did and missing that shot. That was what I was about to say. That angle no longer allows the pick into radio. It actually is just kind of this holding area. So it's very difficult to hold once you miss that first shot. Anyway, sorry, I'll stop going on about that. I am amazed that he is alive right now, and that was a great recovery and shot by him, and he's about to be rushed. Flash is going to be coming in, and will retract down to the lower bomb site where Nathan is waiting for him with the P90, also known as the new M4 here in CSGO. Smith falling back once again, trying to get some shots there through the ramp wall, and they have now fallen all the way under ladder here. Let's take a look. Where is the bomb currently at? Looks like it's in the hand of Exist below ladder, and he's the one that's actually going to be fighting the CTs on top.
Yeah, they are putting one man boosted up onto that position. And Exist is currently just waiting for the contact. Actually, he's just going for the kill, which is really weird. Very brave from him, but Nathan will come in with one, and it's going to be a 3-2 scenario. One more frag coming in from Nathan. Fifth round answering back with that P250, and he has been very, very talented with it, but I don't think it's enough. The round will go VeryGames' way, and 10-15. Wow, on the brink of a comeback here, maybe. Well,
yeah,
actually,
this is a big deal. This is really, really rough. I mean, it can't always go to 15-15 here. VeryGames right now is playing for pure morale. The fact that they were able to come to 10-15 off of a 12-3 first half loss, not a bad comeback here on the CT side. As we previously explained, this map has been rebalanced by a legend in the Counter-Strike scene known as Sal Volcano Garrazzo, former player of Team 3D here in North America and a great map maker. So once again, that CT bias doesn't always come into play here as Existence drops onto floor. Freiburg able to take him down, and Exist going to be following him straight out. 3 members of NIP now inside of the bomb site. Bomb will be planted here.
Well, let's see here. Smith's coming in with the missing his first shot, also missing the second. This is not good from him. And the third, actually, he will get a frag out of that, but eventually dies. Freiburg popping out of the vent, and ladies and gentlemen, 16-10 for NIP. They will be the champions of the first map. Of course, one map is never enough to kind of let two teams like this battle out. We need 3 maps, or maybe even just 2. The next map is going to be DE Train, and that is the map choice of Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Yeah, and that's going to be interesting to see. Once again, a lot of teams, this is a new game, don't have the same backgrounds in the maps anymore. It's not a Source or 1.6 thing coming into this, because this is extremely different than both maps. I mean, Nuke is fairly similar to both. It's like you threw both of them in a blender and threw some new things in, and that's Nuke, VE. Now we're moving into Train. This one, of course, both teams will be familiar with, but a lot of teams haven't refined their inner holds or takes, because it's so strange having all of that open space, and I love to see it. I cast at ESWC in Seattle, and it was really cool to see some of the innovative things that were being tried. So what are your thoughts here coming into DE Train?
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to exactly. I'm looking to see that outer bomb side, that A bomb side, because there's so much that has changed. I remember back in the day hiding under the trains and all the great positions, but also actually, we're on the camera, we're not in-game. So I thought we were in-game, but yeah, we do have a new position. I actually like to jump in-game and show the for the new viewers, there is this position here on top of what used to be CT Link, where you can see the entire bomb site. So ladies and gentlemen, here's the outside bomb site A, as you can see here in DE Train, and all the trains are in the usual positions. The only problem is that you can't really get under them anymore. I'm going to try here. Not going to work. Not going to work.
Yeah. Yeah, currently it's just not there, and that, of course, was something that was debated for a long time. I mean, back and forth through the iterations, 2011 in the beta in November, people were asking for that sort of thing, but Valve said, no, we're going to try to balance these maps beyond what you're used to, which is an interesting choice, and I look forward to see how teams start to deal with it.
Yeah, and that's going to be it for now. We're going to have a small break, and then we will be back because the players have to go to the toilet and etc. So we're going to have a small break, and from now on, thanks from me and Jimmy here. And yeah, commercial break, and we'll be back with more action from DreamHack Valencia.